Hi everyone, it's Chris and Steph. Welcome back to TwofoldCalling. Today, the topic is not a breakdown, but an actual breakthrough.
Yay. The thing is, we often think that, okay, at what's a breakdown? It's your lowest point. It's when you hit rock bottom. And some of you might possibly be able to relate to and think back and reflect of if you ever had that moment that you were completely broken down, or you were in that dark hole and you didn't see a way out and how to get out of it. I know that I've been through it. I know you've been through it, and probably most of you out there as
Absolutely.
well. So for me, my breakdown was, I know I've spoken in previous messages as far as, and videos as far as health. Health has been probably one of my biggest fears. And I think it goes back to our father. Because one thing that we haven't spoken about, but our father also had gotten kidnapped. And I am convinced, I may be wrong, but I am convinced that all of his illnesses and sicknesses came after his kidnapping, because your body goes through so much trauma and things like that illnesses and stress and chronic stress and everything starts developing. And I know that I started having that as well after my kidnapping. And the fear of knowing that, yes, I got kidnapped, I'm sick because of all of the traumas, and the fear of being sick, whether it is, I have to say, the big C, I'm completely afraid of cancer. It was constantly it literally occupied my overall well-being, my overall being. And with that said, every time that I had the slightest problem, you could ask Chris, rush to the ER, doctor's offices, because I was fearful of illness and things like that. And with that comes illnesses, comes sicknesses, because it's all in your mind. And I remember going through constant doctor's visits, specialists, and then to find out that
nothing's wrong.
Nothing's wrong. God. Yes, thank God. And my breakdown, well, the ultimate one was, it was right after COVID. Things were still, a little bit, it was, even though it was in 2022, but things were still COVID-wise a little bit. And I found myself being alone at the hospital. And I just went because I needed to get a treatment. And
you didn't feel well?
I didn't feel, no, I didn't feel well because it was after surgery. So I had complications after the surgery. So I went to go get IV antibiotics. So I'm like, okay, I'm going for a couple of days just to get, IV antibiotics. No problem. But God makes no mistakes. While I was there, I started hemorrhaging from the surgery that took place weeks prior. Guys, if I wasn't there at the hospital at the right time, the right place, I would not have been here today. And to see how puzzles of the pieces, the puzzle pieces were so perfectly fitting, and looking back, and I'm like, wow, we have an amazing God. An amazing God.
Carrying you through it.
Through everything. And I found myself alone because my family wasn't there. You weren't there. And making it to the hospital always made it a lot more difficult at the time because of COVID. So you had to be sure. And actually, I think you ended up having, whether your family had COVID or the whole family had it. Yeah. So she couldn't even be there. So I found myself alone at the hospital, hemorrhaging. And then next thing you know, I woke up, I was alive. I passed out, by the way. And that was when I'm like, God has me.
That was your breakthrough.
That was my breakthrough. And I'm like, even though my family wasn't there, but I was never alone. God was with me. And to see where I came from there, to see how I am now, I'm like, all right, I don't run anymore to the emergency room. I trust the fact that I am well. I am well.
Listen, I think
praise be to God. He's proven yes, time and time over
that He's never left your side at any moment.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's a great breakthrough, and that's a great story.
Agreed. And I know there are so many other breakthroughs that we can go through. I know you have your own, but I think today probably I occupied enough time and our viewers' time, so maybe we'll you know,
another time.
another time
That's
for
another
yours,
video.
because we got plenty, guys. We got plenty. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Have a good one.
Bye, guys.